Es un camino, la vocación es un camino que crece cada día, todavía hoy. La vocación no se termina, la tiene que ir cuidando, es para toda la vida. ¿Qué nos distingue realmente de las otras órdenes religiosas? La unidad, es la comunidad, pero en la caridad, en la caridad. Quizás es en la caridad lo que nos debe distinguir más a los agustinos.
The Order of St. Augustine, or the Augustinians, are members of a Roman Catholic order that was founded in 1244 AD. This community includes friars, nuns, and lay people following in the footsteps of St. Augustine of Hippo, an early Christian theologian who shaped the foundations of modern Christianity and Western philosophy. Though born over 1,600 years ago in 354 AD, St. Augustine's restless heart still resonates deeply with people from around the world. Much of what we know of St. Augustine today comes from his influential works, the Confessions and the City of God. In his youth, Augustine rebelled against piety and led a hedonistic lifestyle. Unsatisfied, he turned to a search for knowledge, devoting himself to the art of rhetoric. But over and over, he found that no amount of knowledge or worldly pleasure could quiet his restless heart. In his masterpiece, The Confessions, Augustine writes that the decisive moment in his conversion occurred in a garden in Milan, where he heard a child's voice bid him, "Take up and read." He opened the Bible, and reading St. Paul's letter to the Romans, experienced a moment of metanoia. He found new purpose in the word of Jesus Christ, and committed himself to serving God and his people. He was baptized and eventually became a renowned theologian, bishop, and doctor of the Church. His teachings laid the foundations for Christian thought and have inspired generations of men and women to devote their lives to Christ. Today, thousands of friars serve in over 47 countries on every continent of the world. Following the example of St. Augustine, these men and women commit their lives to serving all of God's people and spreading community and charity throughout the world.
The call to be an Augustinian today is to be an example to the rest of the world that I would say is becoming very capitalistic, while for me it's about living together with others and embracing community life.
Así que el Señor me ha bendecido con los agustinos porque lo ha enseñado a vivir esa interioridad. Y realmente para mí es algo increíble, especial.
I am an Augustinian, proud to follow the footsteps of the great St. Augustine. I shall strive at all times to search for truth, promote friendship and understanding, work for the common good in general, and for the welfare of the needy in particular.
We journey as a family together, and that family reflects what is constitutive of any ordinary family. Understanding, love, difference, but at the same time respect for individuality as well.
Together we search, whether from you are Asia, American, African, but we shared together as a community.
Here in Rome, just outside the Vatican, stands the General Curia, a residence for the leaders of the order, and home to the Collegio Santa Monica, where new members from across the globe are trained. Residing in the Curia, are the members of the General Council. From Rome, the General Council leads their international order while preserving their 800-year-old history. The council is made up of 8 friars from diverse backgrounds who have been elected to serve in Rome. The council also advises the first and second in command, Prior General Father Alejandro Moral Anton and Vicar General Father Joseph Farrell. The Prior General and Vicar General are responsible for overseeing the order and ensuring that all Augustinians receive the support they need to grow closer to God and serve His people.
When people ask the question, what are the values of our way of life? The easy answer is we were founded by St. Augustine in his rule to live in harmony with one another on the way to God. But then people say, well, isn't everybody supposed to live that way? And I say yes, but we do this, I think, as a conscious decision and to mirror that to the world. I think the thing for me, living in an international congregation as ours is to show to the world that people from all over the world can live together as brothers and in peace, and to work towards unity, which I think is more and more becoming a necessity in the world in which we live.
From discernment to ministry, Augustinian formation seeks to awaken vocation. During this 9-step process, men from around the world join houses of formation while journeying together in community. Although the Augustinians live with one heart, one mind, each Augustinian's vocation is unique.
When it came time to discern religious life, there's hundreds of communities out there, thousands of communities. Augustinian community is not like any other community. There's a real fraternal nature, there's a real authenticity behind the way they live together, and certainly that attracted me. By and large, I found that community helps bring out the best in who I am. As a pre-novice, we're hoping to be able to do our part to enter into that communal aspect, enter into that gift. Not everyone who comes to the pre-novitiate is going to end up an Augustinian friar. In fact, there's a lot of people who don't, and people are also called to formation, not just called to religious life. Priesthood, but specifically with religious life, it's seen as, probably from the outside, a little bit monotonous. From my experience, that is far from the case. We live a very active life, whether you're a friar in ministry or whether you're a pre-novice in formation. Especially with the Augustinians, they really pride themselves on taking into account their talents, their natural gifts that they have. Each one is his own character. Each one has his own unique gift that he brings to the community and that he brings to his ministry, those whom he serves.
I professed my vows in August of 2014, and I've renewed my vows 3 times now. So we have temporary vows for 1 year at a time, but it makes the discernment a little bit, hey, I'm just discerning, can I stay here for another year? Is God still calling me to be here? Does the community still sense that I'm called to community? And the answer all the way along for me has been yes, from God, from the community, within myself. And so solemn profession for me, it's my lifelong commitment to what I've already been living for these last 4 years. Now I'm towards the end of my studies, and I'm ready to make that commitment, that lifelong commitment to God, to the order, to God's people, to say, yes, I want to be an Augustinian. Yes, I want to be an Augustinian for life. Yes, community is important to me and is something that I need in my life in order to be most fully myself and most fully alive.
I feel that I am being called Firstly, to be a religious. And within that calling is the call to priesthood.
And through the grace of the Holy Spirit, the words of the gospel may bear fruit in human hearts and reach even to the ends of the earth.
For me, I am trying to be open to the different ministries that we have. So I guess you can say that I'm still in that discernment process in terms of like how my life as an Augustinian priest will be in the future.
God, the Father of the Church, and guides her still, protect you while go constantly with His grace, that you may faithfully discharge the duties of the priesthood.
Community life gives me first, and I think the most important thing is the sense of family, particularly in the Augustinian tradition. We are there as brothers, and we support one another when we are in our highs, and especially when we are in our lows. When it's difficult to do ministry, I know that my brothers are behind me, supporting me. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. You are a professed Augustinian, you are an Augustinian, and you are my brother.
E poi dopo Kenya, dove vai?
Dopo Kenya vado a Dubai per prendere l'aereo da Dubai a Manila.
Wow.
Che dobbiamo visitare tutte le comunità dell'ordine. Penso, no, la prima cosa è la gioia di incontrare i confratelli, di vivere là. È un vivere il carisma nostro con loro. E per loro anche la gioia di sapere che noi pensiamo a loro, nel loro lavoro, nella loro missione. Questo per loro è una grande gioia.
As leaders of their order, Father Alejandro and Father Joseph traveled to St. Augustine Church in Philadelphia, USA, to check in on the parish community there and lead the Summer Sinulog Festival. The Sinulog is a Filipino tradition that originated in Cebu, Philippines, celebrating the image of the child Jesus.
Today's celebration, we're really privileged to have the Prior General of the Augustinian Order, Father Alejandro, and the Vicar General, Father Joe Farrell, both to be with us for this celebration today.
The Filipino community, they really are an inspiration for us as a sign of faith. After we celebrate the Eucharist, we go out into the neighborhood and have a procession led by the image of Santo Niño. Pope Francis tells us all the time to go out among the people, smell like the sheep. And this procession is really a way of doing that.
We're always happy to be here. We want to celebrate our Augustinian life and also Santo Niño. So viva Pete Señor, Santo Niño, viva Pete Señor.
Today's celebration was really a reflection of how we, as the Augustinian community, are international.
What a privilege it is, after all these years, to be a member of the community, of those who want to live as Augustine called us to live.
While the festival in Philadelphia is lively, the 453-year-old Sinulog Festival in Cebu, Philippines, is attended by millions of devotees. The friars in the Basilica Minore de Santo Niño are proud to lead the festival while celebrating their people's history, culture, and faith in the eyes of Santo Niño.
As an Augustinian, it's a privilege to us that we are the custodians or the one who are taking care for the image of the Señor Santo Niño. And that is why here comes what we have now, the grandest of all festivals here in the Philippines, the Sinulog Festival.
The Sinulog festivities is not only a cultural showcase, but it's an expression of faith to Jesus Christ. We venerate the image because it symbolizes the child Jesus. You can see the community dancing, but Sinulog is not simply a dance, but it's a prayer. It's a form of prayer. As you wave your hands, you dance. You're not dancing to the person in front of you, but you're dancing to God. You're praying, you're asking, you're giving thanks, you're praising God for all the wonders that He has shown to us through the image of Santo Niño.
You say one beat, one dance, one vision. That is the motto that captures Sinulog in Cebu City. As an Augustinian, I can use this opportunity to explain to the people that we have one vision because we are dancing the one dance of life. We are equal in the eyes of God, in the eyes of Santo Niño.
As a part of their mission to spread unity and charity, the Augustinians have founded hundreds of schools around the world. After the example of St. Augustine, these institutions offer more than just knowledge. Villanova University is one of the communities where all are welcome to grow and search for truth.
At Villanova, the student body, is a makeup of a lot of different people. Coming from various places, coming from various experiences. And it's the model of what a community should be. So all the different personalities and life experiences and cultural experiences and faith experiences that come to this campus, we all come together bringing a different perspective in one way or another. What we proclaim here day in and day out of being people who live veritas, unitas, and caritas. It's being truthful with yourself in order to live and build that community, and to build that community out of a sense of love, not only for yourself, but your relationship with God and your love for other people.
40 days to refocus. 40 days to get our minds and our hearts a little better than they are right now.
No one has to go through life by his or herself. And that's very Augustinian. We discover God through friendship. So having experienced that in this community and now being a part of it and helping others discover that, gets no better than that.
And in Augustine's mind and in his life experience, when he converted into Roman Catholicism, his first desire was really to live in community. He looked at that community as being a group of people that use their various talents, use their various gifts, and contribute to the community to make it grow.
United in charity and committed to being a loving force in the global community, the Augustinian General Curia established the Fondazione Agustiniani Missionari, or the Foundation for Augustinian Missions. This non-sectarian foundation works to support marginalized communities and promotes sustainability. Father Alex Longs, Director of Formation at the Collegio Santa Monica, is meeting with his friend Maurizio Mistano, the COO of the Foundation, to hear about the Foundation's progress across the globe.
Come stanno andando le cose? How are things going in other projects and missions of Augustinian with you? Come stanno andando?
Beh, sai Alex, abbiamo creato, la Curia Generalizia Agostiniana ha creato questa fondazione alla fine del 2014, la Fondazione Agostiniani nel Mondo, e abbiamo iniziato da subito a dare un sostegno ai nostri missionari, alle nostre missionarie, che lavorano in 47 paesi nel mondo, quindi è un impegno molto, molto importante. Stiamo ottenendo i primi risultati importanti, abbiamo in questo momento dei progetti sociali in essere che stiamo sostenendo come fondazione in Congo, in Indonesia, a Cuba e una cosa piccolina nella tua Nigeria, a Jalingo.
It's a mission that involves the spiritual development of the people and empowerment. It's building schools, in hospitals, in social activities, and various structures.
La sfida è data dalle nuove povertà.
A form that is not only material, but it's also spiritual.
A volte noi dimentichiamo che stiamo parlando di persone che stanno soffrendo e quindi avere il contatto con queste persone che ci chiedono di intervenire dà un senso al nostro lavoro.
A Roman Catholic order devoted to God and His people, united in charity, bonded in brotherhood, together preaching the word of the gospel on the path to the city of God.
Come Augustiniani, noi diciamo che viviamo in comunità, ma qualcosa molto fondamentale per noi è questo unitas in caritas. E per noi, come Augustiniani, che cosa significa questo vivere unitas in caritas?
Il carisma degli Agostiniani è l'unità nella carità, soltanto queste parole. Ed io credo che il nostro distintivo è la carità, perché la comunità non si può costruire senza l'umiltà, senza il perdono, senza il dialogo, senza rispettare l'altro. E questo non si può fare senza la carità. Dunque riusciremo ad avere un solo cuore e una sola anima se viviamo la carità, cioè lo Spirito Santo di Dio che ci aiuta a vivere uniti, amare queste persone, cioè darci completamente, però che quello nasce nella comunità. Se nella comunità non viviamo, dopo è molto difficile vivere anche questo fuori. E tutti possiamo diventare fratelli e vivere come figli di Dio. Cioè, la carità è fondamentale nella vita comunitaria per noi agostiniani, il distintivo, e anche viverlo fuori nella missione.